Orange, you are right. Number 27 back in the lineup as you look at the Angels Live coming at you for the Big A, and it's presented by Lexus. Oh my goodness, line up, get a ticket, get it on the couch, turn on the TV. This is going to be a lot of fun as Mike Trout in the lineup, game one of his 3-game set against the Reds. Yeah, welcome back, Mike Trout. He has back 50 days and 38 games later, but who's counting since July 3rd when he was last in the lineup for the Halos? We'll talk about Lucas Giolito and some of his strengths we've seen through 4 starts with the Halos. And boy, has there been a youth makeover in Cincinnati. 14 play.
Thought about at least by Matt McClain. 2 up, 2 down. Here is Shohei Ohtani, 43 home runs to lead the way in the American League. Lefties don't do as well because of the cutter that Ashcraft throws a lot.
Remember, Shohei hit a grand slam on a cutter, number 43 of the season. So see if we get one of those out in front pole.
Chops that one foul, and it's 0-2. Shohei still tied with Matt Olson for the major league lead in home runs. Ashcraft basically just throws the slider, and the cutter. That's it. The cutter 53% of the time, and the slider 38%. He'll mix in a sinker every now and then. To lefties, he'll throw that pitch in upwards of 60 to 70% of the time.
Maybe when you think about the combination between his cutter and his fastballs, that's a form of a fastball, a high percentage of fastballs.
Ohtani strikes out and grab
50 days since he was drafted. He hasn't had enough time to get around some good, major league coaching to maybe tinker with a few things and, show him some things that could make his swing that much better.
Remember, Trout hands were really high when he first came up to the major league level, too. You're exactly right on that, Tim.
1-ball, no strikes on Shohei, who struck out his first time against Graham Ashcraft in the first.
Did you change your hands and where you were set up often? You were Cal Ripken Jr. now, were you?
How many times during the course of a season? All the time. Me and Ersty sitting on the training room table. I think I'm going to try this tomorrow. We were very much field hitters, and I was always getting, I had injuries too. My shoulder hurt all the time, so it was kind of like, it's like anything, like trying to sleep. You're trying to get comfortable in the box with your arms in a certain spot. So, but I think early in my career, I did have pretty much the same swing. And, but yeah, that's what it is. I would watch Shohei Ohtani. That's the guy I would be, really patterning. I tell my nephews who are lefties, I'm like, look at where his hands are, the separation from the body. His hands are back. That's the key. That was the key we were talking about when we grew up. Keep your hands back. When your foot comes down, your hands have got to be back. Too many kids, that foot comes down, the hand's already coming forward. And that just means that you're not giving yourself time to read the pitch. You're kind of timing on everything that's on the fastball timing, and you don't give yourself time to adjust. And I love watching Shohei swing from the side. And Nolan Shonowell kind of has a little bit of that in his swing with the hands being back.
You can see where the hands are, too. They're very similar.
There's ball 4, so Shohei is on. Shohei Ohtani will be the batter. It's time
4:45 for Shohei.
So the strike from Ashcraft, who has struck out the last 3. Normally much of a strikeout pitcher. He has fanned 6 today. So he has fanned 7 today.
So far in this game, showing with a strikeout and a walk. 3 true outcomes come into play with 1 swing of the bat here for Shohei.
Sam Maul warming up in the Cincinnati bullpen. Ashcraft 7 strikeouts, 1 shy of a season high, 8 that he had recently against Milwaukee. Balls 2 strikes. The Angels strike out a lot. They walk a lot. They hit home runs. Both of these teams are heavy with 3 true outcomes. And there's one of them as Ohtani strikes out. Ashcraft strikes the go-ahead run at the plate. Earlier in the year when Trout was healthy, he still has his elite speed. He's not stolen as many bases as he used to, just a couple so far this year. But here's Shohei, tied for the major league lead in homers. And Maul delivers a strike. Ball has faced Ohtani 3 times. He's gotten him out each time.
Those sliders quite a bit. The Shohei has hit breaking balls a long way this season.
Outfield is deep. There's ball 1 to Shohei. A home run could turn this game around in a hurry.
Especially if he doesn't hit out of the yard, if he hit down that right field line, both Trout and Ohtani will be running for a long time.
Trout aboard after an infield hit. Ohtani trying to put the Angels on top. Hacks through that fastball.
Looking down there at first base. There's a lot of hits down there at first base. As Shohei Ohtani tries to catch up to a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. He missed that by quite a bit on that one.
Normally, Shohei has crushed those high fastballs this year. So a lot of home runs on that exact pitch. It's 1-2 from Sam Moll. Ohtani trying to dump it toward the left field line, steer a long run. He's there, and he makes the running catch in foul territory. Trout goes back to first, and there's 2 down. And now we'll see if it's Ian Jabot. Looks like Jabot.
So you go to that 5th inning, and this is a little ground ball. Or should I say this one is the double to get things started here, as it is now 2-1 in this game, and Friedel getting things going, and then you got Ellie De La Cruz. This is the speed you were talking about, little ground ball to Shadowell.
Yeah, all it takes right there, I mean, you take your eye off the ball for a split second because you know the guy coming out of the box has wheels, and if you're the first baseman, you got to beat in the bag, and that just opened the floodgates right there, and it was really disappointing to see because Lucas Giolito really turned in one of his best performances in this Angel uniform. Really hard to see him go down in that fashion right there, but again, that's what speed does. Speed kills. Listen, you can